my name is Vila Beck, and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And every now and again, you get a bit of a story comes across your desk that has like tentacles going everywhere, touching into just about every strata of culture and pop culture, which I would say this story does. It's Elliot Page. Elliot Page is quite a well-known actor. Well, actually, no. I don't think Elliot Page has any acting credits. I'm not entirely sure. Elliot Page used to have a different name, as recently transitioned from another identity. But by the rules and the laws of social media, I cannot mention any previous identity Elliot Page may or may not have had, because I don't know, but you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to do it. That's bad. That's called being a bigot, and that's called, you're being intolerant and hateful. Unfortunately, however, it seems to be that the rules of intolerance and hatefulness only go one way, as we're about to read with the story. Now, as I said, Elliot Page recently transitioned, so I would have thought Elliot Page would be quite happy right now, feeling good about that. No, because Elliot Page before, when they had that different identity, which I will not mention, I would say would be well described as a sour-faced, miserable, whiny bitch, right? I would say that pretty much sour-faced, miserable, whiny bitch. So much so, she was in, he was in, forgive me, he was in a very good show called Umbrella Academy, and when it got kind of good in the second season, whenever Elliot Page came on the screen, everything died because his miserable his miserable whiny bitchness just oozed out. So you would have thought Elliot Page is a little bit happier now. He got to transition into the loving embrace of Hollywood. That the star from Silicon Valley put out that really very also vomit-inducing virtual signaling tweet saying, "Oh, he's so great, Elliot Page." As soon as he's in that new Marvel movie, which he's working his hardest to get me not to go and see. Utter schmuck that he is. So anyway, so I would say before Elliot Page transition, bit of a miserable, whiny bitch. Strangely enough, even after the transition, still a bit of a miserable, whiny bitch, really. So, there's that going on. Fine, so we're going to be getting into this story. Before we get into it, can I ask you guys, if you like out the independent voices here on YouTube, don't know how much longer we're going to be here, but if you like it, if you can hit that subscribe button, that would be absolutely fantastic. You hit the like button, hit the share button, all those things are great. If you subscribe, I want to give you a little bonus for subscribing. You can enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week I should have given away on Sunday, and I forgot. And I should have given it away on Tuesday, last night, and I forgot. I got a live stream tonight. I will try and give it away tonight. Ghostbusters on Blu-ray. Freaking awesome movie. Very festive fair. All you got to do to win it is subscribe to the channel. Subscribe in the comments. Leave the hashtag. Who are you going to call? Everything is down there in the videos. While you're in the videos, have a quick look. Click over to my sign up for my Indiegogo. Building an email list. Not sure when I'm going to be launching. Got these two graphic novels here, which are pretty darn good. Pretty darn good coming out. And anybody good enough to join the email list and making a purchase gets any one of these four delightful for the male gaze art cards. Although if you buy the package where you get all four anyway, then we're going to give you a fifth chaser one. So that is how much we love you, and we do love you signing up. So thank you very, very much for that. If you can consider doing that, that would be really, really absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. So let's look at the story. The story is in, what's this magazine? Dan Cantor? Never heard of them. So, Elliot Page calls out Chris Pratt for association with anti-LGBT church. Now, so Chris Pratt is somebody who is hated by Elliot Page and the likes of Elliot Page. Because as I said, Elliot Page is just miserable, right? Utterly miserable. And I think that misery turns Elliot Page into a bit of a whiny bitch. In contrast, however, we have Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is a very, very happy person, right? He seems to exude happiness and lightness, and so they don't like people. Miserable people don't like happy people, but miserable people who are miserable because they have this miserable worldview really don't like it when somebody's happy because they have an opposing worldview. So Chris Pratt believes in God. Oh, it's terrible. He may even not vote in the prescribed manner. Who knows? They have their eye on him because crazy, right? Because they got to monitor people who don't agree with them. They got their eye on him, and they've been wanting to take him down for a long time, because he's happy and he believes in God. That's, I believe, the real reason. So there's this other story going on, which just gives you show like the utter spitefulness of the Elliot Pages of the world, which I would say the Marvel editorial absolutely falls into that group, right? So they recently made Star-Lord, the character that Chris Pratt plays, inexplicably, he's playing a very manly male character. Now he's bisexual, so they made him bisexual, and they probably did it mainly to go, hey, Chris Pratt, how'd you like that? How did you and your imaginary god like that? Now you're one of the evil bisexual. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's too busy counting his money and laughing and being really, really happy. So he has an association with an anti-LGBT church. So that's what we're going to talk about. In this little video, let me read through it. The Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy star Chris Pratt is fond of talking about his religious and spiritual beliefs, and I can hear the dripping animosity already. The Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy star, the worst Chris Pratt, is fond of talking about his religious and spiritual beliefs. So you can hear the animosity, which I think is born from a sheer envy of his happiness and his contentment, which his beliefs bring in. Now, it used to be a time it used to be a world where you could have people with differing beliefs, like really fundamentally differing beliefs, like Jews and Christians, for example. Like we do have fundamentally core different beliefs. Like they tend to believe that Jesus was the Son of God and Messiah. Jews tend to not be that and not believe that, and that's kind of made a bit of a schism. Yeah, may have heard of the Crusades, didn't go down so well. So anyway, added to that, Christians generally speaking, do think the Jews are responsible for the death of their God, right? So they got reason to be a bit miffed, right? So everyone's got reason to not like each other, be a bit suspicious. But we all kind of get on. You see, yeah, here's the thing, and the same reason why Christians and Jews and people, creationists get on with people who don't share their ideology, because we see people as being more than that, more than their identity, much more than, unless if that's what they make themselves. I think the Elliot Page just makes themselves into their identity, then that's what they are. They limit themselves to that. So and we've been able to coexist despite this, stunning and massive gulf of differences between our worldviews, because there's more that unites us than divides us, and that's really true. I mean, even Jews and Christians with core fundamental different beliefs, we all basically want to be decent, nice people we basically believe in the Old Testament, and that kind of way of looking at it. I think it's a nice way of a happier life, right? I think that's where there's just more that unites us than divides us. So, he really made an appearance on The Tonight Show with Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert, you should do better. And discuss his beliefs more in his imaginary God. Ew. But Elliot Page was quick to call out the actor for his chosen place of worship. So here's my question for you, Elliot Page. What would be a kosher place of worship? Because as far as I understand it, every freaking church or synagogue anywhere or mosque that adheres to its traditional text, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Quran, generally speaking, they think God thinks that same-sex relations bit of a no-no. Now, I can't speak for Muslims, maybe a little bit, but Christians, generally speaking, again, look at what unites us than divides us. I mean, look, if Christianity is a worldview that appeals to you, you go to church and you like it, right? And you like the community, you like the songs, you like the unit, and it works for you. Great, right? Great. And at that point, you will really start looking at the ideology, and see if you can square it with your own. But that's generally speaking why churches, synagogues try and be open and welcoming. Try not to say, listen, we got this thing in Judaism called slichot, which is these prayers you're supposed to do like at the crack of dawn, the month before the Jewish New Year. And it's a freaking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. So let's say somebody's interested in checking out their Jewish roots, right? You don't lead with that. You go with, well, let's talk about things you might like as well. And it's not a question of like, I'm trying to like sell them something and doing a bait and switch. It's just like, well, why don't we, there's a very good chance you will not adopt my worldview. Why don't we just be friends anyway and get together on the things that unite us? That is why I think his church is probably quite welcoming and unifying. It just wants to be a place where people can come and feel together, right? Feel together. And I don't think they're really going around going, wait a minute! Are you LGBT? Well, get the hell out! No, I don't think they're doing that at all, are they? Anyway, so what place of worship would be that subscribes to Judeo-Christian beliefs would be okay for you? What chosen place? I don't think there is any, is there? And that's the nub. That's not. And the thing I also don't think there's any of. There's any tolerance of people not sharing your worldview. Now, listen. I have no idea what the gender of Elliot Page is. Elliot Page very, very adamantly says he's male, and who am I to dispute that whatsoever? I'm not a scientist. I don't know how to define gender. I don't know how to scientifically look at it. It seems to me that he has all these scientific indicators of being female, but I don't know. And it might be if somebody feels that they're that they are one gender, even though you have every scientific indicator of being a different gender. That might be the case. I don't know. My belief is not. My belief, generally speaking, is not that, if you want to have a pee-pee, it's kind of hard to be a girly, right? And if somebody doesn't have a pee-pee, kind of hard to be a little boy. The pee-pee, the cha-cha pee-pee thing is kind of important, I believe, in science. So, but again, you have your worldview, Elliot Page. I have my worldview. I wish you well with yours, but I don't think you can stand me not subscribing to your worldview. I don't think you can accept it, right? And because I don't accept it, you have designated me as an evil bigot, which is a bit of a weird way of looking at the world. It's not really the best way of being able to interact and coexist with people. Whoa! Look at this. Okay, whoa. The actress. What are you doing? Dan Cato magazine. The actor has a problem with his Christian beliefs. The actor has no problem with his Christian beliefs. Oh, wait a minute. Do you have a problem with that bit in Leviticus when you're saying that, you shouldn't put your pee-pee up somebody's butthole, right? Do you remember that bit? That bit in Leviticus? Are you up for that? Because I think that's really kind of an important part of the LGBTQ experience, right? Maybe. I think you probably have a problem with that part of his beliefs. Yeah. And again, we all believe different things, but we can all coexist, can't we? No, not these weirdos. They can't. Rather, she has a problem with a hipster church known as Hillsong that other celebrities such as Kendall Jenner also. She can't stand that people are not reviled by this church or any church, right? She can't stand anybody not subscribing to her worldview. So then it goes on to say, the Hillsong Church is actually LGBT, so anti-LGBT. So at this point, this is quite a serious allegation. I want to know exactly what you mean by it, and I want you to bring some kind of something to back it up. I'm assuming it means is they believe in the Old Testament. They believe in God and the New Testament. Doesn't seem quite as radical as how you're painting it. Certainly doesn't seem to be quite as radical as this next bit of headline. Hillsong churches with aggressive beliefs. Oh, okay. And what are these very Catholic? They believe in God. I'm sorry. We all have different beliefs. We all should coexist. No, not in your horrible dystopian world. Despite it having a popular new version of congregation, where concerts of the church take place and people are happy, and we hate them being happy. There should be no happiness with the church. It still has conservative values. They still believe in their imaginary God. Ooh. The popular and charismatic pastor is actually against the LGBTQ community. In what way? Now, in what way? Does he... you need to justify that in some way. Not just that, but the church has a history of gay conversion therapy. Listen, I would be one to say that anybody forcibly made to enter gay conversion therapy, not good. That's not a nice thing at all. And I would also go as far as say that's probably not one of the things that make God that happy, right? If you read the Bible, he doesn't seem to be into that sort of thing. Forcing, coercing people into that. Yeah, no. There are people though who are gay who want to be Christian. There are people who are gay who want to be Muslim. There are people who are gay who want to be Jewish, who want to subscribe to a worldview which being gay is a barrier to, which is normally why most gay people do not subscribe to those worldviews, right? But yeah, if you do that, and you are gay, there are programs where you can learn to have sex with women, I guess, or have straight sex. Okay, so that doesn't seem so crazy to me, given that Oscar Wilde, I would say the poster boy for the gays, the poster boy. He had 2 daughters, which means. And from most gay people I've spoken to, says they are able to perform the act of heterosexual relations and actually quite enjoy it. If you're men, they're able to maintain, get excited enough to do it, make some work there to do it, and they're able to, ejaculate and impregnate a woman. That seems to be, look, if you can get a woman pregnant, it seems to be that it's not so bad. Yeah, they're able to do it some way. Now, I wouldn't be able to have gay sex. I just wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to, again, sport word drive. Look, basically, my age, I'm hardly able to do it, for a woman, let alone a bloke. But I wouldn't be able to do it. But if gay people are able to have straight sex and they want to have this bit subscribed to this worldview, which says you've got to deny this fundamental core of your existence. Who is anybody to say that that shouldn't be in the world, right? I think that's reasonably cruel to say that they shouldn't be in the world. And again, that's not to say people should be forced into gay conversion therapy, which is something that I don't think most people of belief would be into at all. So here comes Elliot Page, which is there? What am I doing? It's just bonked on a quick. Okay, we'll end on Twitter page, but it's when to get this because we can do this for a second and click here. Look, Elliot, mate, you look a bit girly. Moreover, you look a bit like a miserable whiny bitch, right? If you're going for this male identity thing, great, good for you, but maybe try and be a bit more, less girly. I don't know. So Elliot Page comes and says, okay, but this church is infamously anti-LGBTQ, so maybe address that too. Again, define your terms. Are they saying they want to have people who are gay murdered, right, or put into camps? Which is the inference that you're making. I don't think that's what they're saying. I think they're saying they're welcoming to gay people to join them and be part of them, but to be subscribed to their worldview. Part of that is having LGBTQ relations is saying that's prohibited. In the same way, okay, look, if you become Jewish, you've got to say goodbye to lobster, which, blimey, listen. Most gay people tell me gay sex is pretty darn good. I'm not so into it, but they tell me it's pretty darn good. I can tell you, if it's as good as lobster, it's going to be hard to give up. Okay, so, there are things that one has to, you have to give and take with every freaking worldview. But no. Basically, they just cannot stand the existence of another way of looking at it. They just can't stand it. So it seems that Elliot Page has rightly called out the Stephen Colbert for not addressing this serious questions about Chris Pratt's religious affiliation. Again, what church that subscribes to the Old Testament values or New Testament values is LGBTQ plus friendly? I would say if that's your definition, none of them are, and therefore all religion must be removed from the world, which is what you want. I mean, listen, we understand you want it, and honestly, if the president-elect, the current president-elect, is indeed inaugurated, as is very, very likely, virtually impossible that he won't be, I would be surprised if religious freedom is something that still exists in America in 5 years from now, and 3 years from now, because people like Elliot Page are entirely intolerant of any form of religious freedom that goes against their somewhat bonkers worldview. So it's rightly gone for not about late night talk show hosts often avoid asking questions that may dampen and guess their image. But true journalism, really, true journalism. I don't really think we have true journalism anymore, do we? You know, like I do remember being told very vociferously, right? About 2 months ago, there was a gentleman called Hunter Biden whose father was running for president, who was under investigation. And if you asked if he was under investigation for everything, no, there's no journalism. Shut up. There's propaganda rags, and that is it. Relies on asking tough questions unapologetically. But it relies on asking tough, unbiased questions unapologetically. The only questions you can ask are deeply biased, malicious questions. Hosts like Stephen Colbert have played it too safe most of the time, since people watching. Okay, nobody's watching that crap. Nobody's watching anyway. Since people watch Stephen Colbert's show for being a constant critic of the president and his policies, he should look at all his guest celebrities with the same lens. Oh God, really? If he treats everybody who comes on the show with the same malicious bile that he treats the current president of the United States, I just don't think it's going to be that entertaining, or he'll get many guests. And next time, ask questions that matter. Really? So fine, end of the story. So basically, this is a whining Elliot Page being a whiny bitch, a miserable whiny bitch, saying, I hate your religion! I hate it and it shouldn't exist! And that's really the bottom line when it comes. That, I think, is really the dividing of the fault line in the division in our culture right now. Is one able to have differing worldviews and coexist, right? According to the Elliot Pages of the world, absolutely not. According to the Chris Pratts of the world, who seem a little bit happier, who seem a little bit more content, yes you are. And that just makes Elliot Page even more angry. So yeah, you would have thought that transition, that wonderful transition, would have brought some light happiness into Elliot Page's life. Turns out not. Turns out she's more miserable and upset than she ever was before. He ever was before. Listen, if Dan Cantor magazine can make the mistake, this humble rabbi can as well. My name is Sheila Beck, and you are the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.